Hello, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday to all of you. Allow me to, oh, let me just double check if, di pa pala. I'll share my screen. Okay. Type 1 if you are now able to see my presentation material or the slide po. I'll just check the chat box. Okay. And thank you so much for that feedback. Again, hello and good evening to everyone. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening with us. Please let me know if clear po ba ako on your end. Type C. Type U naman if unclear. Okay, great. Before we start, let me just introduce myself. I am Munath Pangatungan, Visayas Business Development and Market Education Officer of First Metro Securities. It is the stock brokerage arm of the Metro Bank Group, and our company is dedicated to promote financial literacy and create awareness on investment opportunities to empower individuals like you and me, and even institutions to attain their financial goal. And it is my honor and pleasure to serve as your host this evening session. And just like this event, we used to conduct our sessions po on site and face-to-face. However, due to pandemic, we shifted to a webinar format. But despite that, we are still glad that we are continuously invited by academic institutions, public institutions, private institutions. That is on top of the monthly webinar that we conduct here in First Metro Securities. So it's really amazing how we are able to add value wherever you are located. So pa-chat naman po if where are you currently tuning in? Are you from Cebu, Manila, Mindanao ba, or outside the Philippines? We have from Cavite. Hi, Ma'am Melissa. We have here from Tagaytay, Bulacan. Oh, we have also from Davao, Cebu. Saan yung IA? Hindi ko alam kung saan yung IA. Palawan? Okay. UAE? UAE pala. Typo lang pala. So, I'm not sure kung ano ba ngayon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Para sure na lang. Yan. So kahit saang sulok man tayo ng mundo, pwede pa rin kayo makisali sa mga webinar series natin. And just to share, last year we have conducted a total of 600 talks, no? Reaching to about 50,000 ng mga audience. From basic personal finance to investment, market outlook, and even mga market updates. And before, mga previous natin ng mga webinars, we have covered the whys and the hows of investing. Now, it's time to face the ghosts in the financial market as we explore the spooky side of investing. A straightforward, no-nonsense look at understanding the risks and rewards. So to help us with this, we have invited an expert from Phil Equity Management Inc. to share her insights. So we are honored to have her as the guest speaker for this evening session. So she has over 10 years of experience in sales and is currently a customer sales officer at Frill Equity Management. And she is a certified investment solicitor. She graduated from Far Eastern University with a degree in mass communication. Please help me welcome Miss Nelaine Carino. Hi, Miss Nelaine. Good evening.
Hi, Monette. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. From
Yes,
all
lahat na
over the
po.
world yung mga natin, yung audience natin. So let me just share
True.
my slide with you guys. Okay. So, there. Visible na ba siya? Can you see now my slide?
Yes po.
Okay.
Visible.
All right. Sige. Okay. Thank you. I think I can start now with the presentation. Okay, so again, hello everyone. Good evening. And yung theme natin is very Halloween. So kind of, I relate my presentation. No? So welcome. And today we're going to talk about the spooky side of investing. So majority of us, especially for those na beginners, no, may fear may takot kung papaano ba magsisimula? Ano ba yung right formula to invest, especially kapagka hindi pa natin alam yung we don't have yet the knowledge, or we're very basic pa lang yung knowledge natin when it comes to investments. And marami tayong naiisip na goals na gagawin, ano ba yung best for us. So you're on the right path right now sa pag-uusapan natin yan. So ano ba yung mga factors na kinakatakutan natin when it comes to investment? So actually, there are what we call market monsters. So siguro yung iba na papakinggan niyo na to or familiar na, pero this time meron kasi tayong when it comes to our money, especially no, since hard-earned money natin siya. Of course, all of us gusto natin in the future mas malaki yung magiging growth niya. Although when it comes to investments kasi meron tayong mga risks involved, and yung mga risk na yun, yung mga tinatawag natin na volatility, no? So iba-iba. So yung volatile vampire or yung volatility ng market is ito yung pag-up when the market goes up, the market goes down. So there is no straight line na pataas siya palagi. There are instances na nagda-drop yung market because of risks involved. And when the market drops, in relation to that risk, no, yung feeling natin, yung emotions ng isang investor, natatakot tayo. So there is panic involved na din. Ano ba yung dapat natin gawin kapag may nakikita na natin yung investment natin na nagda-drop? So yan yung mga fear na nakikita natin. And also, yung complexity ng investment. Parang beginner tayo, we wanted to start, pero parang hindi pa nakikita natin siya as complex, na hindi natin siya masyadong maintindihan. There are terminologies, jargons na parang saan ba tayo magsisimula? That's one of the fears, especially for beginners na even me, nung ako yung nag-start, yan yung mga dilemma ko or yung kinakatakutan ko. And also yung inflation. We all know the inflation kasi yan yung value ng money natin over time, na even before, when you have a 1,000 peso, parang ang dami yan ang mabibili. Right now, hindi na, nagsishrink na siya. So yan yung mga monsters when it comes to our money, to investing also. And majority of us, for those na not yet into investing, meron tayong naisip na baka scam yan. 'Di ba? Kasi may napapanood tayo, baka makuha yung details natin and whatnot. But actually, this is an opportunity, no? When we face the monsters of investments, there is an opportunity for us to understand first before we go into investments. Kaya yung fear natin when it comes to investment, let's change it into an opportunity to learn more. Kasi doon natin mas maintindihan yung right path when we invest, and ano yung mga strategies and ano yung dapat natin gawin, first steps up until makuha natin yung ating magiging financial freedom, ika nga. So, since we're on the first step and na-identify natin ano yung mga fears na nafe-feel natin when it comes to investments, ano ba yung risks involved? So I've mentioned before, earlier, the volatility. So one risks yun. Although there are a lot of risks actually. And when it comes to risk investment, hindi kasi siya, it's not a guaranteed return, no? To be honest, when you invest, for example, you invest a 1,000 today, tomorrow hindi naman siya magiging 2,000 kaagad, no? It takes time. There are uncertainties. Like for example, yun nga, yung market volatility. Pwedeng yung 1,000 mo maging 900. It depends on the economy of the market. So ito, napapasok na dito yung mga types of investments. So marami yan. or types of investment risk. Marami siyang risk, although I only put, kinuha ko lang yung tatlong risk. The market risk, in which, kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong tinatawag na stock market. So si stock market, Philippine stock market, meron siyang mga companies na like for example, yung mga makikita nyong restaurants, real estate, mga banks. So nandun siya, listed siya. So ito yung mga companies na pwede kang mag-invest directly or pwede kang mag-invest through a fund. Okay, so later di-discuss natin siya. So ano yung risk ng market? Every day may fluctuation. Every day meron siyang changes in price. For example, si company A today is 1 peso siya. Pwedeng in every minute nagiging 1.01, nagiging 99, nagiging 0.99. So every moment, every minute nag-change yung price niya, and that is a risk actually. So yan yung up and down ng market. Inflation, like what I've mentioned earlier, and also the management risk. Yung management is when you invest in a fund, tapos nagkakaroon ng poor decisions, or for example, he chose to invest in a food sector, for example, no? Yung food sector nagkaroon, let's say, ng crisis, or nagkaroon, let's say, ng balita na may mga virus and whatnot. So medyo nagkakaroon yun ng affected yung sector na yun. Specific sector na yun, affected siya in a sense na there's a tendency na magkaroon siya ng loss return. And then magiging affected din yung investment mo with that fund. Kasi merong hindi na foresee or na oversight ng isang fund management or isang fund manager. In relation naman with you, kunwari ikaw naman yung wala kang fund manager, ikaw yung mag-i-invest on your own, ikaw yung pipili. Let's say meron kang na-oversee na stock or nag-invest ka kay company A, then hindi mo napansin na mayroon palang balita yesterday, nag-drop siya today. So, yun yung mga risks involved that we don't have any control or mahirap siyang kontrolin. Although, if you invest on any kind of investment, whether it is it gives you a potential higher return or low return yan, the very important thing to do is first, of course, learn and ask. Ano ba tong portfolio na to? Ano yung definitely the risks involved and saan ito nag-i-invest. So, kailangan malaman muna natin siya, no, bago tayo mamili or mag-invest kung ano yung gusto nating pag-investan. So, having said the risk, definitely meron itong rewards. So ito na pag-uusapan natin yung reward side niya. But definitely we need to understand all of the risks involved. So potential for higher returns. Ito yung mga higher risky investments. Ika nga. So the higher the risk, the higher the rewards, and vice versa. So if you wanted to have or if you wanted to invest for na makakaroon ka ng potential higher returns, number one is assess yourself kung anong risk yung kaya mong i-take. And then you can choose which fund yung gusto mo or saang investment side ka mag-i-invest. So for the equity mutual funds, meron tayong tinatawag na equity and bonds, no, pero yung between the two in comparison, ang malaki ang return, potential return in the future is definitely the equity. Saan ba ito naka-invest? Equities, pag sinabing equities, no, naka-invest siya sa stock market. So stock market composed of a lot of stock companies. So yung isang equity mutual fund, meron siyang portfolio. For example, ang pangalan ng fund is Fund A. Yung Fund A na yun na equity, naka-invest siya sa stock market. Pero si fund manager na yung pipili So wala ka ng control to choose. Let's say gusto mo si company A, si company B, si company C, hindi na. Si fund manager yung bahalang mag-invest for us, or meron siyang fund, doon ka mag-i-invest. Then ang laman na nun is diversified na, marami ng stocks na naka-invest doon. Then the balance fund, same thing, mix naman siya. Meron siyang equity, meron din siyang bond. So kind of steady return, steady and higher return. Pero kapag i-rank natin tong tatlo, yung potential na pinakamataas is the stock market. Okay, stock market, equity, and then si balance. Si stock market kasi, you choose kung ano yung company na pag-iinvestan mo. Kung sobrang aggressive ng fund na to, then definitely mas malaki yung magiging reward mo in the future. Although si equity mutual fund naman, marami siya diversified. So marami ka ng laman, marami ka ng ininvestan. Let's say for as little as 1,000, meron ka ng 50 stock companies na naka-invest sa isang fund. Whereas kapag sa stock market, pipili ka ng isang company, then let's say how much yung magiging minimum mo, I'm not sure, siguro mga 10,000 maybe, or 5,000, then ikaw bahalang mag-invest. Okay, or if you have a broker, then you can call them, then ask them. So medyo higher reward, high risk din. Okay, so si balance naman somewhat in the middle. Okay, so kasi it's a mix of bonds and equity. Then ano ba yung, since we have this potential higher returns na indicate, ano ba yung mas mag-a-add spice to our investment para mas malaki yung potential ng higher returns natin? Number one is yung regular top-up. Okay, so later I'll show you kung ano yung difference ng regular investing versus sa one-time investment. Okay, so makikita natin dun yung importance ng regular top-up. Then we have the dividend reinvestment. So there are funds na nagpe-pay out ng dividends. So ano ba yung dividends? Let's first define it. Si dividend is like an extra income of the company na parang binibigay siya as a bonus to the investors. Let's say si company A, meron silang i-release na dividend annually this year sa mga investors nila, na for example, if meron kang 100 shares sa company A, bibigyan ka rin nila ng 100 peso. Kumbaga 1 share is equivalent to 1 peso. So yan, bibigyan nila yun. Other funds naman, ang ginagawa is directly na nilang nire-reinvest. So hindi na nila ipe-pay out, but rather for example, ako yung fund manager, yung dividend mo, i-reinvest ko na kagad sa company or sa portfolio para mas mag-grow yung price natin. Mas tumaas din yung investment mo. So there are that. So kailangan clear tayo kung ano yung type of investment that we wanted to invest in. And definitely long-term investing, kasi I just want to make a perfect example when it comes to long-term investing during the pandemic time. So 2018, 2017, yan yung mataas yung market. So nag-all-time high yung market, and then here comes the pandemic 2020, 2019, 2020, 22, 23, no? I think 22, 23, 24 medyo nagre-recover na. So if you invested in 2018, medyo mataas yung market that time, and then yung mindset mo is you're gonna pull out your investment after 2 years or after 3 years, and that was the time na pandemic, that most of the funds, most of the investments nag-drop, no? So medyo may crisis nung time na yun sa investment. So kung nag-invest ka one time, and then you pull it out after 3 years short term, lugi ka. Okay, then isang beses ka lang nag-invest ka at the highest price, then you're gonna pull it out at the lowest price, obviously, meron kang risk doon or meron kang loss doon sa investment mo. And that's the reason why we never guarantee any returns. But meron siyang potential higher return in the future if you combine your regular top up and also your long-term goals, no? And definitely you need also to review your investments. So ito ni yung for us to beat the inflation. So inflation, again, yan yung value ng money natin. So increase contribution rate, not necessarily dagdagan, like for example 1,000 yung minimum or 500 yung minimum. You can do that on a regular investment. Pero if you can, then that's better. Why? Kasi if you increase, nagre-raise ka ng potential percentage of your higher returns eh. Okay, kasi compounded siya. So it will magko-compound siya on an annual basis. So let's say yung yung goal mo is 10 years, no. So bilang ka, let's say ang fund na to on an average for 10 years nagbibigay siya ng 10%. So compute mo na lang siya. So by the time na ini-increasean mo yung investment mo, definitely yung magiging market value ng investment mo will also increase. Based na rin sa magiging what amount you wanted to have in the future. So there are calculators, formulas, no, although hindi ko na sinama dito, pero there are possible potential return. But then again, okay, disclaimer, we don't guarantee any returns. So we need to focus on our goals, especially if it is long term. So patience and also diversify. There are funds na already diversified na, but you can also diversify your investment. So if you already have a bond funds, you might want to consider investing in equity. Or if you have equity, you may want to consider in a balanced fund or bond funds para at least hindi mo lang ilalagay yung isang yung money mo into one basket or into one company para hindi naman lahat siya mag-risk, no. Then also lastly we wanted to achieve our financial goals by doing our financial roadmap. This may sound medyo magpaplano pa ako and what not, no? Parang ano ba yung kailangan ko pang gawin aside from this? Pero this is very important kasi you need to see yourself and you need to plan kung ano yung gusto mong gawin when it comes to investment. So financial roadmap, ano ba yung long term, short term, or medium term mo? Short term mo, maybe you wanted to travel or you wanted to buy something, no, you wanted to celebrate or whatever. On your roadmap naman, you wanted to retire at this age, ilang years pa to. Medium term mo, you wanted to buy a house or whatever you want to do after 5 years between short and long term. So gawa ka lang ng roadmap mo and then look at it every day or every time na paskil mo siya sa room mo. I actually have that para at least every morning nakikita ko nasaan na ba ako para you track your progress when it comes to your finances. It's easier said than done, pero it will give you a look on your future kasi, no. So meron tayong we have bills to pay, we have tawag dito mga responsibilities, but it's good to see na we're progressing little by little when it comes to our financial roadmap. And align your investments with your life stages kasi your 20 years old goal may be different to your 30 years old goal. And so on and so forth. So nag-iiba-iba yan. So align mo siya, check mo uli yung financial roadmap mo, nasaan ka na ba? Nag-start na ba ako mag-invest? If I started investing, what are the things that I need to do? magpo-pause ba muna ako on this year and then dadagdagan ko na ba siya next year. So those are the things that we need to know and we need to assess for ourselves para at least hindi tayo maliligaw when it comes to our investments. Okay? So, ito yung sinasabi ko earlier na sample of peso cost averaging in which isa sa mga strategies on how we can invest or how we can have much higher returns in the future. So for example, this is the example 1, si nag-peso cost averaging, and then here naman si example number 2, na lump sum lang nag-invest or one time lang siya nag-invest. So for example, ito yung price or ito yung movement ng fund, let's say fund A, ito yung price niya dito sa leftmost. And then January, February, and so on and so forth, ito yung naging movement ng price niya. So noong January 16, nag-invest si peso cost ng 1,000. Si lump sum naman, 12,000. One time na siya nag-invest on January. Yung price na nakuha nila is 35 pesos. So si nag-peso cost, every month siya nag-i-invest at 1,000 pesos. So ito yung mga price na nakukuha niya. May 34, 33, 33, umangat kasi noong April, and then so on and so forth. So same sila, we're gonna add this up all. Si peso cost, 12,000 din naman yung naging investment niya. Pero siya yung may nakuhang mas maraming shares. So meron siyang 358 shares versus sa one-time investor na 338 shares. So yan yung one of good strategies that we can do, especially in investments, lalo na kung yung market natin is up, down, in which yun naman talaga yung natural behavior ng market. It goes up, goes down, go up, go down. So not unless we know kung ano talaga yung pinaka-drop price niya, no? Sana malaman natin yun, pero nobody knows kung ano yung pinaka magiging mababa niyang price nowadays. So walang nakakaalam noon. So ito yung especially for the beginners, ito yung best strategies that we can do to increase in the future our returns, no? So mas maganda na ano mo siya, automatic. Meron ng mga automatic investment, no? So hindi mo na kailangan manually every month mag-invest. Meron namang automatic deduction sa, I think sa bank mo, ano mo lang siya sa, I think ililink mo lang siya. Then automatic na yun. It's up to you kung how much yung gusto mong i-deduct. Straight na yan sa magiging investments mo. So this is the most this is one of the most strategy, or ito yung strategy na nire-recommend namin especially for beginners. And also for those na they can't time the market or wala silang oras to time the market, to look at ano na bang news ngayon, ano na bang nangyayari sa market ngayon. So ito yung best strategy that we can offer. So again, babalik pa rin tayo dun sa risk. And before we invest, we need to know kung ano yung acceptable risk natin. Let's see, if you have 100,000, ilang percent of 100,000 yung kaya mong malos? So, kasi if it's 1,000, baka the whole 1,000 kaya. But if it is 100,000 or if it is 1,000,000, ano yung percentage ng amount, ng principal amount mo, ng kaya mong mawala, for example? So if you're on the lower, if you have a low risk, then you can invest dito, or ito yung mga potential na pwede mo munang paglagyan ng money mo. If you're on a moderate, dito ka naman. Pero if you're very comfortable with the market, with the equity, with the higher risk investments, then definitely you can invest dito sa equity or stock market funds. Kasi yung risk mo and your goal, no, if hindi siya magma-match doon sa type of investment that you want to invest in, baka in the future hindi rin siya mag-work. Okay, kasi when you natakot ka, but instead of you're focusing on investing more since hindi yun yung risk appetite mo, baka you pull it out ng loss ka pa. Okay, so assess yourself, check your actual expenses and savings before you invest para at least when time comes na kailangan mo nang mag-increase or gusto mo nang mag-increase, meron kang pang-add. Magkakaroon ka ng tawag dito ng peace of mind na I don't need to pull it out kasi I have already my savings or meron na tayong emergency fund. And yun pala importante. You need to have an emergency fund first before you invest. Kasi when you invest, we always recommend it to stay it for long term. So whatever happens, knock on wood, no? Whatever happens, at least if you need your money, if you need an urgent money, meron kang pagpunan in which nandun yun sa emergency fund. Okay? So assess yourself, ano yung risk level mo when it comes to investment para at least the type of investment that you invest in mag-a-align sa'yo, sa risk mo, and to your goals as well. So we need to overcome our investing fears. Start small, start now as early as you can. Since there are funds na meron namang, you can open an account for as low as 1,000 and invest regularly. So yun yung pinaka magic mo, o yun yung pinaka superpower mo when it comes to investment. And also compounding, no, is your magic spell kasi even if you start small and you start long term yung investment mo, may tinatawag tayo na may sinasabi nga na time in the market beats timing the market. So you don't actually, if we're not all professionals, hindi natin alam kung ano ba yung up and downs ng market, ano yung pinaka specific price niya to invest in. So we can just do the starting small and then regular investment. So the power of time, yun yung magiging magiging ingredient sa potential higher return ng investments natin. So, having said that, you have in PhilEquity, we have funds that we offer. We have actually a total of 7 funds. And it is divided into 3 categories. No? So we have the equity, we have equity din, pero index funds siya and also a bond fund. So let's start with the equity fund. So for those investors na they're looking at a potential higher returns, which is the equities, we have these 3. We offer these 3. We have the PhilEquity Alpha 1 Fund. Ito yung this fund is our newest fund. So, nag-start siya noong 2019 peak pandemic. Medyo wrong timing lang kasi nag-drop kagad yung market. But this is the Alpha Fund. Ito yung pinaka aggressive for all of our funds. So if you wanted to have a maximum potential return in the future, ito yung i-recommend namin sa'yo. Again, based on your risk. And then we have the flagship fund, the PhilEquity Fund. So this is an equity also in between the aggressive and the conservative. Not the fund, not the bonds, no, but between these two, ito yung medyo in the middle. Then we have the PhilEquity Dividend Yield Fund, which is our defensive stock, a defensive fund. So from the word dividend, we invest this, the portfolio of this fund is yung mga stock market that pay out dividends. But for equity dividend yield fund, we don't pay out directly to the clients. What we do, what our fund manager do is he reinvest it. So, i-reinvest niya ulit doon sa fund, doon sa companies na naka-invest siya para yung tendency niya is mas lumaki yung price niya. So, all of the investors will benefit from it. So, ito yung three equity funds that we have. We also have equity funds. These two, equity din siya, pero index tracker. Okay, pag sinabing index tracker, they follow an index. They follow a stock market. For example, Civil Equity Index Fund, it follows the PSEI, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Ito naman si MXPH. Okay, so Philippines, both local. Although si MX, ang difference lang nilang dalawa is ito kasi, Civil Equity Index Fund, it invests to the top 30 companies in the Philippines. Stock companies, dito naman, mas concentrated siya. I think, I'm not updated yet, pero mas lower to the 30. So, maybe 20 something. Okay, so mas concentrated siya. For example, sa PhilEquity Index Fund, merong company A. Dito din sa index fund, merong company A. Pero yung percentage of investment or yung weight niya, let's say sa index fund, naka-invest lang siya ng 10%. Sa PhilEquity MSCI, naka-invest siya ng 15%. So, yun yung difference. So, definitely, may difference doon sa pagdating ng ROI or yung pagdating ng NAV o ng presyo or ng yung magiging return niya. Okay, so yun yung difference nilang dalawa. And for those naman na into bonds or conservative type of investors, we have two. The dollar fund and the peso fund. So if you have an extra dollar and you wanted to parang stay lang muna, mas malaking return mas mataas yung magiging return in the future comparing to savings, pwede mo siyang i-park muna to our PhilEquity Dollar Income Fund. Same thing with our Peso Bond Fund. So different currency, same ano lang naman sila, same type of funds which is conservative. Okay, pero different percentage of portfolio. So the other one mas malaking naka-invest sa corporate funds, the other one naman is mas malaking percentage na naka-invest sa government bonds. So still bonds pa rin sila. Okay, so before, again, we invest, kailangan meron tayong, we build our fearless portfolio. So again, ano yung risk appetite mo? Risky ka ba? Kaya mo bang i-risk 50%, 70%, 10% or moderate ka lang? So yan, assess yourself. This is just a 3 basic steps, pero there are more for us to really know yung risk appetite natin is there are questionnaires actually, no, para malaman natin. And then definitely invest consistently. Kasi like what I've mentioned earlier, no, mas malaki yung magiging potential return mo if you invest on a regular basis rather than one time lang. Okay? And review and adjust para lang yung check up, health check up. So this time financial check up. So when you got your paycheck every month or quarterly, annually, check mo yung roadmap mo, your financial roadmap kung nasan na. May kailangan ba i-adjust, may kailangan ba i-enhance para at least yung goal mo nandun pa rin. Nakastay ka dun sa future goal mo. Okay? And check yearly, and also it's like having para kang may garden. Okay, para kang may garden, it is best if nurture mo siya or like chine-check mo every now and then kung ano na nangyayari rather than hindi mo siya ina-attend, 'di ba? So, nalalanta yung mga puno mo, yung mga halaman mo. So, it's like that. So, kailangan maging meron tayong portfolio, meron tayong roadmap, and check it every now and then. Especially kung ano na yung magiging goal mo and align it with your paycheck, your expenses, and your savings. So, this is my last slide, just to recap, no? Don't be afraid to invest. Number one is, kailangan malaman mo muna, knowledgeable muna tayo, we know the basics, ano yung pinag-i-investan natin, and saan siya nag-i-invest, what type of risks involved, ano yung how much yung magiging fee involved, kung meron man, saan siya naka-invest, ano yung what type of investment yung ini-investan niya, and learn, alamin natin kung ano yung mga kailangan nating gawin. Is there a lock-in period? Meron ba holding period? Pag nag-redeem ba ako? Pag nag-invest ba ako? Ano yung magiging flow? Ano yung discipline? Ano yung kailangan nating gawin? Na this is my goal. I wanted to earn this kind of percentage after this year. What are the things that we do? And definitely we need to know everything. Okay, if hindi man tayo we're busy with our schedules, we can talk. We can ask, we can call someone that knows how to invest or knows professional when it comes to investments. So I hope may natutunan tayo for tonight, and that will be all of my presentations. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Elaine. So definitely we have learned something for this afternoon session. Thank you for discussing. Hold on for a second. Let me know if visible on your end na type 1 po. Type 1 if yun. Thank you so much, Miss Elaine, once again, no, for sharing your expertise and also discussing, no, the market monsters like the volatile vampire, panic phantom, complexity creature, inflation ogre, and the scammer shape shifter. And in terms of the rewards, the potential for higher rewards, compound growth, beating inflation, and achieving financial goals. And also for sharing with us the Phil Equity Funds and also how to build the fearless portfolio. And before we proceed with our Q&A session at this time, I'd like to take this opportunity to share a couple of things on behalf of First Metro Securities and give a short break to our speaker, Ms. Nelaine. Water break muna. So just a reminder for your questions, just simply write them on the designated Q&A of the platform or on the Zoom panel, and we will try to get through as many as we can. So should you decide to invest with First Metro Securities, we would like to let you know that First Metro Sec, you only need one account for all of your investment needs. Pwede kayo maka-access dito ng stocks, mutual fund, UITF, exchange traded funds, and as well as real estates that you can access either on the website, laptop, or even on your tablet. And also, I'd like to share as well that we have been awarded as the best online broker and the best online trading platform for 8 years in a row now, aside from being one of the best one-stop shop solutions for leading funds by the International Business Magazine. And for those who still don't have a First Metro Sec account, here's how convenient and easy to open your very own First Metro Sec investment account via website. This is for joint, interest for, and as well as corporate account. For individual, you may just download the app at the Google Play Store or Apple Store. Upload the documents like government issued ID, proof of residence, proof of bank account, and then proof of funding for the 1,000 pesos initial funding, and that is you can use that as well already by in investing, no maintaining balance. And just don't forget to indicate the seminar code risk and reward when asked where did you know about us. So once you have an active First Metro Sec account, you can now avail Phil Equity Funds through FundSmart. You just need to access your First Metro Sec account via our website, that is firstmetrosec.com.ph. And then on the landing page, just click on the upper right corner of the website now. Just click Funds. And if this is the first time that you access the fund, kindly answer, update my risk profile. This will provide recommended funds suitable for your risk. And then click FundSmart and click All Providers drop down and choose Phil Equity Management Inc. So on the description tab, this will show the font size, the start date of the funds, and you can also sort based on the biggest font size or the oldest Phil Equity fund. And on the performance tab, you can actually check the performance based on the date change, year to date, first year, 3 years, and as well as 5 years performance of the fund. On the standard deviation, this is a way to measure how much an investment returns can vary based on its average return. So the higher the score in this standard deviation, the more volatile the investment is, or is the fund. And on the Sharpe ratio, this is actually a good way for you to compare. This will tell you how much extra reward you're getting for the extra risk that you are taking. So the higher the Sharpe ratio, the better. So if you want to compare funds, again, Sharpe ratio, the higher the better. For standard deviation, it will reflect the higher standard deviation, the more volatile the fund is. And on the fee structure, you can check the management fee and as well as the minimum investment for initial investment and subsequent investment. But with Phil Equity, you just need 1,000 pesos for the peso as an initial funding. For the dollar, just need $500 for the initial funding. You can also check the holding period for the different funds and as well as the settlement turnaround time if you want to redeem the fund. So if ever you have already decided a certain fund, you just click the code over here or the fund name, and then it will prompt to the research tab. So the research tab will provide you all of the details of the fund, including the top holdings and as well as the fund allocations. So once you decide already to invest, for example, in Phil Equity Alpha 1 fund, just click subscribe and indicate the amount that you wish to invest. And then click subscribe, it will prompt you to enter your password. And once you click your portfolio under the fund tab, this should reflect your subscribed fund. So just allow 1 to 2 banking days for it to reflect on your portfolio. And another benefit of investing pooled funds through FundSmart, you can make the most out of your money because you will be paying zero. So that's a zero sales load, walang additional commission, and walang transaction fee. So these costs are almost standard when you buy pooled funds directly from the source. No? So since you are doing it online and you on your own, there will be no additional charge. You only end up paying the fund management fees. So again, that's another reason why it is good to invest in pooled funds through FundSmart. And feel free to connect with us in our social media channels. Just search at First Metro Sec. You may scan the QR code or check our official social media channels at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Fiverr, as well as TikTok and LinkedIn. And if you have any concerns about your account, you may email customer service at firstmetrosec.com.ph. Or if you want also a market education, you just email marketeducation at firstmetrosec.com.ph. And we're down to the last quarter of 2025, but it's not too late to make your money work harder for you. So check out our October 2025 webinar calendar and join sessions designed to boost your investment knowledge. So finish the year strong with smarter strategies and fresh insight. The next session will be next week. That is on October 21. So if you are a First MetroSec account holder, you may register through the platform. And we have also October 23 and October 28. And lastly, for customized gamified award-winning market education program, exclusively designed for your company's school or organization, just send us a formal invite at marketeducation@firstmetrosec.com.ph. And now for our live Q&A, let's call again Miss Nelaine. So if you still have questions, simply write them on the designated portion of the Q&A section of the platform, and we will try to get through as many as we can. So here we have actually received advanced questions already. So let's start with the first question. We'll just reiterate this now. What is the minimum capital needed for investing in FEL equity fund?
Okay, so if you're going to invest in our peso funds, all of our peso funds, 1,000 lang. Then for the dollar naman, it's $500. So, ganun lang siya kaliit.
Yeah, so instant diversification with just 1,000 pesos and $500.
Mhm.
Second question, are there FIL equity funds that are focused on US high dividend stocks?
Okay, right now wala pa. So locally invested lahat dito sa Philippines, but we'll see. Baka meron na tayo in the coming years. But right now wala pa.
Thank you for that, Ms. Nelaine. Third question, what would be the advisable risk or reward ratio?
Okay, for the ratio, I think safe is 1:2. Like you risk your 1 peso and then you wanted to gain 2 pesos. But still it will still depend on your risk kasi. So for just to give an example, 1:2 ratio.
Yes, a follow-up question, Ms. Nelaine, on risk and reward. What is the biggest risk in investing?
Okay, the biggest risk. Uh-huh. Siguro for me is like not knowing anything. Like you invest without learning. Okay, so yun yung biggest risk when it comes to investment. Kasi yung risk na yan, nandyan na talaga siya eh. Parang ingredient na siya when investing eh. Pero yung biggest risk for you is you don't know how, but you invest still. So that's for me the biggest risk.
So let's go on the other side. How to maximize the rewards in investing?
Okay, that's actually a good question. No? So it's like the peso cost averaging. So still pupunta pa rin tayo sa regular investment or regular investing to maximize the potential return of our investment. So stay ka pa rin doon sa goal mo na regular yung investment mo, and at the same time you check your goal na, for example, you wanted it for long term, let's say 10 years, discipline. So 1,000 for 10 years, or if you can increase it, then that's better. So that's where you can maximize the rewards, the potential higher return in the future.
Okay, thank you for that, Ms. Lane. So we have here a live question. So for the sake of diversification, how many stocks or funds and bonds is ideal to get the maximum return?
Okay, for portfolio, like for the funds kasi, it depends on the fund manager. Yung isang fund kasi it has 30 stocks. Pero if you're doing it on your own, kasi you're gonna monitor it. I think better if less than 10, maybe 5, no? Parang like if again babalik tayo dun sa risk mo, if you're on a balance type of medium type of investor yung risk mo, then 50-50, dalawang equity, dalawang bonds. or isang balance, no, para lang diversified yung investment mo. If you're doing it on your own, pero kung sa fund kasi it's diversified already. Pero kung yung fund mo is an equity, you might want to consider another fund which is bond funds naman para mas marami kang choice, mas marami kang investment or mas diversified, much more diversified yung investment mo.
Oo nga, Miss Neleno. So, depende talaga if kaya mo din bang i-monitor individually kung
Yes.
mas marami bang stocks or funds kang
Mm-mm.
kukunin or bonds. So, going back
Correct.
to capability of monitoring. Here, we have another live question, pero ito sa chat box. Where can we invest in funds through the mobile app? So I'll take this question. As I have shared earlier, our Fund Smart is for now, it's available on our website. So you just navigate the Fund Smart through our website. Just visit firstmetrosec.com.ph. But you can actually see the invested funds through your mobile app. However, you cannot redeem or subscribe through the mobile app for now. So, viewing lang siya for the app, but everything is done sa subscription, redemption on the website. Okay, let me just check if my questions pa ba. We have, wait, bago lang pasok. Can a 10,000 amount can be spread out into different investments?
For the funds, yes. Oo, kasi since 1,000 lang naman to open an account. But then again, if you're looking at a stocks, no, it's a different angle. So if for the funds, yes, you can.
So, pwede sila ma-maximize
Mm.
yung available na peso funds ng PhilEquity. I think 6 po, tama ba, Miss Nelaine? Tapos yung
Yes, oh.
7 is dollar. So, pwede din po
Mm-mm.
kayong mag-open ng dollar investment account, but it's a separate account from your peso. So, you need to open again an account with a dollar currency. So, I'll be checking if my other questions pa ba. Okay. So, may pumasok pa dito sa chat box. How frequent the monitoring and evaluation of your investments for beginners?
Yung mismo, for the fund managers, they monitor it every day. Now, but on the side of the investor, like for yourself, if you can't do it every day, the fund managers kasi the funds will send or the company will send you a monitoring on a monthly basis or every time that you have placed an investment. But since First Metro has like platform, no, you can monitor it every day din eh.
Mm.
So at like anytime. So for me, you need to monitor it every now and then. Especially if meron kang, especially if you think na you're planning to enhance your goal or your investment type, uh, you check it every day, even if like you feel like wala siyang movement or na-check ko na siya kahapon eh, no. Make it a practice na you check it every day. Monitor it every day. Then you'll see the difference na you make it a habit na oh, my investment is doing like this, doing like that. And then when you practice it, parang eventually yung learning mo sasabay yun eh. So magiging ano na siya, magiging hobby mo na siya na magbabasa ka, maki-curious ka. So I think the best thing to do is to monitor it every day, especially for beginners.
Yes, so you are able to establish a habit. So, mapapatanong ka
Yes,
talaga, bakit bumaba? Ano bang nangyari today? So,
correct.
parang ikaw yung magsa-strive to learn more, to understand what happened to your investment. And
Yes.
can we take this last question, Miss Elaine? So, on the live,
Yes, sure.
about the investment portfolio, how should we manage our investment portfolio?
How we manage our investment portfolio. Okay. Again, your risk, no? Babalik tayo doon sa risk mo. Kapag if you assess your risk na medyo on the higher risk ka, you manage your portfolio in a sense na you check each funds, 'di ba? Even though equity funds ito kasi meron silang iba't ibang portfolio, meron silang iba't ibang percentage of gain or percentage of return, no? So how you going to manage it is, again, check the structure of the fund, saan ba 'to naka-invest, anong percentage of weight of investment ito naka-place sa isang stocks, ano yung stock na yun. And then siguro for the basic, make it like check it on a regular basis. And when you see na merong mga movements, try to read the fund fact sheets kung saan makikita mo doon, like what Miss Monet show earlier, no, yung standard deviation, yung different risks involved. And then you can reinvest. For example, you have fund B. This fund B, you monitor, you compare na medyo hindi na siya aligned to your type of investment, or hindi mo na siya, gusto mo na siyang i-pull out. Instead of pulling it out, why not reinvest it to your another equity? So that's one thing to manage your investment that align to your goal. I hope I answered you correctly, no?
Thank you for that, Ms. Delano. And to add, for those who want really to check the allocation, no, just check it under the research tab for the Fund Smart, because the top funds or stocks, bonds allocated, makikita mo naman doon. So that
Yeah.
sums up our webinar. Thank you so much for all of your questions. And of course, thank you, Ms. Nelaine, for spending your time with us.
Thank
And
you.
next, to our attendees, we also value your feedback. You can share your thoughts and experiences with us by scanning the QR code and answer our feedback form. Link will also be provided by our chat moderator. So your input is essential in helping us improve our services and better meet your needs. So we appreciate your contribution and we look forward to your valuable feedback. Again, thank you so much, Ms. Nelaine, and we look forward to our next collaboration as we continue to serve the Filipino investors. So perhaps last parting words before we officially end the session.
Okay, siguro yung pinaka-horror, I guess, is not actually losing money, but losing it without doing anything. So I think that's the real horror. That's all. Thank you and good night, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Nelaine. So a time to reflect on those words. So there you have it, guys. Once again, on behalf of First Metro Securities Brokerage Corporation, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to Ms. Nelaine of Phil Equity Management Inc. for gracing us with her time and presence. And it is truly an evening well spent. Thank you also to everyone who attended. And I hope you have learned a lot and that these insights and lessons will make your investment journey not just more profitable, but also more enjoyable. So please don't forget to provide feedback for today's webinar. We hope to see you again on our future learning events, because over here at First Metro Securities, we put your future first. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you. Bye.